standard roles and responsibility, I would say product management as a role is a very ambiguous one. There is no specific set of uh, job description that you would find consistent across all the companies. So it varies. And again, it's a very cliched a phrase, which is that as a product manager, you're the CEO of product.
Hello everyone, here is another podcast powered by Grow Junction. I am Anjali Panjwani and I'll be the host for today. Today's guest is Mr. Shantam Khetan, Product Manager at Microsoft. I would like to thank you, sir, for your valuable time. We appreciate having you here. So, how are you?
I'm doing great, and thank you for inviting me. It's a lovely day, Saturday afternoon. Yeah, a good time to discuss and talk about our experiences.
Yes, sir. Thank you again, sir, for your valuable time. And without doing much delay, let's get started with today's podcast. So, sir, can we have a short introduction about you?
Yeah, sure. I am Shantam Khetan. I am a product manager at Microsoft in the shopping and commerce org. So before joining Microsoft, I was an MBA for I did my MBA from FMS Delhi, where I was part of the Operations Systems and Operations Society that also covered product management domain as well. And prior to MBA, I was a developer in Akamai Technologies for a couple of years, and I am a computer science engineer. So that was the engineering I did in my undergrad.
Yes, sir. So, sir, can you tell us about your visions or goals in the past, or some experiences that you have that you believe have shaped you in life?
So, to start with, I mean, I can talk about the past experience. So, like the path has not been a very straight, a very I would say a hunky-dory path. It has been full of ups and downs. So when there were lows in life, that is when you realize that one should not take things for granted, appreciate the little things that you have in life, and that is what makes you appreciate. And then when you are getting the things that you want in life, you kind of feel that yes, I deserve it. But then at times we start taking things for granted, and that is when that little bit of appreciation keeps us grounded and helps us grow. So that is one experience. The vision that I have is to be the best in my field, in my domain, which is product. Again, to be a product leader, to have that product mindset, the growth mindset. And in Microsoft, this is what we say. Don't be a know-it-all, but be a learn-it-all. That is what Satya Nadella, our CEO, he says. That is the thinking that we should have. So I go by that. I completely agree to that. So I mean, learning is the key focus, and that is the goal. And rest everything should be an outcome of that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Great, sir. It is really great. Like now, what I want to know that what made you join this particular domain? Like why product management?
Okay. Yeah. So why product management? So that is a very tricky question because, so as you know, in B schools, for the first 4 months, you're preparing for your summer internship. And then my area of focus was consulting, and that is where I wanted to be. Consulting was my area of focus. But I did not get shortlisted, maybe because of my profile or some other reason. There was this corporate competition by Microsoft called PM Engage, where I filled my application along with a friend. So we both of us participated, and I was not very keen on in submitting my case, whatever the case was. But on the last day, we just we solved the case. We did a lot of research before the case, but nothing was put down on paper. We did that. We were able to secure a PPI, pre-placement interview, basis our submission. And that kind of made me realize that okay, yeah, this is something which might be good for me. And then I did a lot of prior to the interview, I did a lot of peer-to-peer case practice, which was case-based practice for product management interviews. And I think I did like 5 to 6 cases, and I really liked them. I think they came naturally to me. I was able to relate to it because product management is a I would say in an intersection. It's a very cliche term, but you have the Venn diagram: technology, customer, and then business. So again, being an engineer from computer science background, technology was something that I could understand, and I am also kind of into technology as well. Business, again, you're in a B school. Business is something that you are taught and you kind of get a feel of in those few months. Customers, so that was where a course on design thinking helped me quite a lot, and that helped me understand how to brainstorm, how to bring about ideas, how to do your research and all those. And that kind of sparked the interest in product management domain, and my internship experience was really great. It was amazing. And then I became kind of a proponent of product management in my college as well, um, where uh, the interest was there, and I also ensured that folks who are ambiguous about product management, I tell them what exactly it is all about.
Yes, yes, sir. So, sir, even I am very interested in product management. So, I would like to ask you that is there any kind of eligibility criteria for an interested student like me to possess to join this domain? Also, can you please put some light on whether freshers or people having experience in different industries or role can be recruited for this particular domain or not? Like, I am from science background. So, what is the eligibility criteria, or what can I do to join product management?
Okay. So product management does not have a very clear-cut eligibility criteria, like you should have a 9 on 10 GPA, or your percentage should be 90 plus, or you should have been topper of the class. Those are not the eligibility criteria for product management like consulting has. What they look for is product thinking. Now your CV or your resume should reflect the product thinking, or that you have worked with the product team, or you have worked on a product in the past. Now engineers do get a chance to work on products. Now I'm talking about software engineers. They do get a chance to work on products. Now there are people who are startup founders. They have kind of incubated the products themselves, so they also do they have also worked on nascent products. Similarly, there are program managers or people who are in marketing functions, and they have interfaced quite a lot with the product team, or they have been close to the customer, or they have been close to technology. So any of the three pillars, if your CV reflects that yes, you have been part of any of the three pillars or worked very closely with any of those, if that reflects from your CV, one can get shortlist. Now, people with work experience, why are they preferred over freshers? I'm not saying that freshers are not selected or not interviewed at all. They are, but why are people with work experience preferred? That is because I think product management is more of a collaborative job role, where you would have to collaborate quite a lot, talk to a lot of stakeholders, internal partners, external partners, within the team, outside your team, and outside your organization as well. So a product experience refines you. In the corporate setting, you know how to deal with external partners and stakeholders. And I think that is why I think freshers, uh, I mean, there's this notion that freshers are not preferred, but if that is showcased somehow in the CV for a fresher as well, I think they have an equal chance.
Okay. Yes, sir. So, sir, like I am also a fresher. So, can you help the viewers or me to understand few sets of courses, certifications, or any particular language, if there is any, to get selected for the desired role in this domain?
Okay. So back when we were preparing for product management internship, there was not a lot of content online which was present. So what we used to do was mainly to prepare. We used to do do B2P case studies. One person poses as the interviewer, another one becomes the interviewee, and that is how we do those mock interviews, case mock interviews. Now there are two things to it. One thing is, first of all, am I preparing to get a shortlist? Second is, am I preparing for the interview? So first of all, we have to identify what is the strength in our CV. Am I likely to get a shortlist? If not, what is it that I should do? Uh, so if someone feels that they can't get a shortlist, or it might be difficult for them to get a shortlist, the best way to do uh, is to do a mini project, a live project, or something where it reflects that they have worked on a product. They would have done customer research, they would have talked to the customers, and then if they would have even created a prototype with the engineering team, that would be like almost an end-to-end experience of a product manager. So those are the points that help. Live project would help. Now a mini internship, 1 month or 2 month internship would also help. Courses as such, uh, I don't think courses help quite a lot, because it is completely theoretical. In product management, no one can teach you product management, but you can learn it practically. So we also had a lot of theory on product management, but when you go actually do it, the theory starts making sense. You are able to absorb whatever was taught or whatever you had read earlier. It starts making sense because you can actually relate to it. There would be experiences where you can say, okay, yeah, stakeholder management is important, that is what I'm doing. That the three circles, I've been part of all the three circles, and that is my day-to-day life. Talking with the developers and creating the spec docs, all of those things is in theory, but that is what we also get to do when we do it. Now there are quite a lot of certifications, I think, online, with tie-ups with some of the top B schools, not just in India but also across the world. So yeah, people can take part in those upskilling certification, where they can get upskill. It could be a 6-week course or 8-week course. Basically, if you do certification, it reflects on your CV. It shows that you are interested in product management. It does not tell you that, yeah, you are a master in product management role. No one is a master, but it shows your interest, that this is the course that you're interested in. That is why you have invested your 6 weeks or 8 weeks of time in taking up that course and getting that certification. But yeah, hands-on experience counts much more. So a live project or a mini internship would definitely help.
Yes, sir, it was really, really helpful. So, sir, like right now, we all students are pursuing our summer internship. So, student have this summer internship scheduled for 2 months in between April and May, most likely. So, as of now, most of the B schools might have successfully closed their placement activities. So, there could be possibilities. Domain interested students must have been offered different domains altogether in different industries. What do you suggest to those students? Will this not affect their final placement for the domain? To precise this, like my domain is HR. I am doing an internship in HR. So what do you think? Does SIP have a significant impact on the students' final placement activities or not?
Okay, so summer internship, I would say it's more of a win-win for the student and as well as for the companies. Students get exposure while still in college. They get exposure to the corporate world and get a glimpse into the domain and see if that is something that works for them or not. Is that something that sparks interest in them or not? For companies, it is a good way to vet the candidate and see if the candidate is actually, interview you just take for 1 hour or 2 hour, couple of rounds or 3 rounds, and then you say whether the candidate is good or not. But when the candidate works with you for 2 months or 3 months, you are sure that, yeah, whether this person would be a good employee or not, or a good fit, technically or culturally as well. Um, so that is, I would say, the idea of summer internship. Now, if suppose, as in your case, suppose if you're interested in product management and you landed an internship in HR domain, so that does not block you from, or does not carve your path or your life ahead, that okay, yeah, you are going to be an HR. No, that is not the case, definitely. um, so we have also seen, in our batch as well, folks who were in sales and marketing, they landed product management. So how does that happen? So you're in HR, so you can talk about your experience in your CV. You can write about points that, every domain would have some overlaps. So there would be
Yes.
product management domain would have some overlaps with the HR domain. The skill set would not be completely mutually exclusive. There would be certain overlaps. So you can bring the overlapping points in your CV and you can show them and pivot them towards product management to some extent. And you can write those points in those manner, right? Stakeholder management, I think, is a key job function in an HR domain. Understanding the behavior of employees and for a product manager, it would be customers. So if you are able to just juice out the crux of it and pivot it towards product management, I think that would help. Apart from that, if you think that it is completely disjoint, it is completely mutually exclusive with product management, whatever internship that you're doing, a good thing to
Yes.
do again is a live project or to do another internship whenever I think classes are online. I think a lot of folks did a second internship as well for and it's not a full-time internship. You can give 3 to 4 hours a day, and that goes on for 2 months or so, and then you have points for that as well, and you have actually done it. Like in my previous question, I answered this, I think, kind of, that those are
Yes.
the things that can help show interest. So one way is curating your CV in a way that that shows the skill sets that you have acquired in your internship. That would also be applicable for product management. Second is you can also do something, a live project or an internship in product management. A live project, I think, would be a good one. Goes on for a week, for I think 3 to 4 weeks, and you do one part of it, and you can put those things on your CV. So yeah, that would be a way to break into product management and to get some shortlists.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, sir, what are the standard roles and responsibilities that comes with the domain?
So standard roles and responsibility, I would say product management as a role is a very ambiguous one. There is no specific set of job description that you would find consistent across all the companies. So it varies. And again, it's a very cliched phrase, which is that as a product manager, you're the CEO of product, of the
Yes.
product that you want. In a way, you don't enjoy the benefits of a CEO, but all the responsibilities of a CEO is what you have for that product, which means that you are the primary owner of that product. You have to define the product roadmap. You have to identify the areas where there is opportunity with the product, the features that you can introduce into that product that will help the business, that will help the customers, and that will also ensure and also keeping the technical debt in mind as well. So a lot of times, you might do something great for business, something great for customers, but I mean, that is not scalable because of some technical debt that you might be accruing over time. So all the three things have to be kind of balanced out. Uh, Another thing is collaboration, communication, interpersonal skills. I mean, these are the things that are super important. 50% of the time as a product manager goes in meetings. Now these would be context setting meetings, alignment meetings. It would be just influencing someone to get something done. So so that is where the power of influence that you have, or the skills that you have in convincing other people. And it should not be that I as a PM is saying this. It is that I have done my analysis. The data says this, and this is what is the right thing to do for customers or for business. When we pivot ourselves when we pivot the conversation in that direction, it is not me who is talking. It is just that I am a messenger who is a custodian of customers and talking on behalf of the customers to the business leaders or to the dev team, to technical team, and that is one of the primary roles. Now there are other things as well. There's a lot of number crunching that a PM should know and should be data driven. Definitely, I mean, you can't just follow your guts, but you have to have some data backing your guts. Yeah. So being data driven is something which is very important. Another would be would also be perseverance. So many a time you would be blocked. I mean, you would want, that this feature is something that will definitely help business and definitely help customers, but might not get prioritized because of the other higher priority features. And that is where you have to persevere. You have to keep pushing. You have to ensure that that feature sees light of the day if you totally believe it. And it's not just my belief, or if a product manager believes in it, they also have to make other people believe that yes, this is a feature that will work. And again, to make other people believe, you have to show data. So that is where I would say, I mean, that is the roles and responsibilities at a very high level. Yeah.
Okay. So as you said, it is more kind of a technical role. So it might get really hectic while working towards this role. So can you help the interested candidates in understanding a few of the aspects like organizational culture or work-life balance in the domain? Like, is it easy? Is the work-life balance really easy, or it is really hard to balance both your work and your personal life?
Yeah. So I wouldn't say product management as such has great work-life balance or is a very hectic role. It would definitely depend from team to team, from company to company, and individual to individual. See, you are the prime. You are the prime owner of your product, or I would say you are responsible for your product. So when you are responsible for your product, it is upon you how much ownership you take, how many features you want to drive, how much you can put on your plate and work on those things. I mean, I can just say that I can only work on one thing and be really good at it. I can say that, okay, I can work on 5 things and land all 5 things. Um, so the work-life balance part is more of what it depends on the individual how you balance things out, and also the team as well. What are the goals of the team? And also the life cycle of your product. Is your product a mature one? Is it a growing product? If the product is growing, definitely you would have to work a lot more. There would be a lot of feature addition and a lot of ships happening on the product, a lot of commits happening, and that is when it's going to be more of a hustle. But if it's a very mature product and there's a huge user base using that product, you would kind of sit back, do a lot of thinking work than actually doing things. But you will think, and you will be thinking more strategically and thinking, what is it that we can do to I mean, you have to pick your battles then.
Yes.
But when it's on a hyper growth stage or on a growth stage, you would be like, okay, let's throw 10 things and see what sticks. And to throw 10 things, definitely you have to hustle, and your work life balance might uh, topple more towards work side, and the life side, I mean the life part of it might go for a toss at times. But definitely if you love your work, I mean, work life balance is not something that you would really aspire for. What you would aspire for is more of work life harmony. And yeah, so that is the thing. I mean, net it is more of again, the answer is it depends, but depends
Yes,
on
sir.
these factors.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So your valuable words will be helpful for a lot of people. So thank you so much, sir, for answering all these questions so patiently. And again, sir, we are honored to have you here, and we really look forward to see you sometime in future. So, sir, any final thoughts for people who will be watching this podcast or for Grow Junction?
Okay. So product management as a role is a pretty interesting one. And I think in the last couple of years post COVID, it has kind of boomed. Every company has a product role. So while it is, you would have a lot of resources online. What is product management and the framework, the circles framework and whatnot, everything is out there. But the very basic, at the very core of product thinking is first principles thinking. Be logical. Try to question why. Try to ask you why. Why am I doing this? Why should someone do it? Be inquisitive. Look out for features. If a feature is implemented on the app that you use, see why exactly would they have done it, how the feature works. And that curiosity will actually spark that product thinking, and more than anything else.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much. It will help a lot of people who want to join product management. So thank you, sir. It was really nice talking to you.